So at this summit, we've been taking you on a journey of all the different ways blockchain technology can create a better world, so people understand why investors and businesses should be supporting it. Today, I just want to take a few moments to talk about how blockchain technology is the key to a sustainable world, particularly for environmental achievements that we're all trying to make. Here's an example of a company from a team out of Australia called Weather SV, built on the Bitcoin SV blockchain that our Bitcoin Association supports. It allows people all across the world to pay a small amount of Bitcoin SV to open up weather channels. And you may be thinking, weather channels, what does that have to do with helping the world get better? Well, basically, you pay to be able to record a stream of data to a blockchain, Bitcoin SV, that records weather conditions, climate conditions of a particular city, here in Dubai, Seattle, in the United States, where I live, anywhere you want. And that data is written permanently to the blockchain and publicly available. So for example, you can record data and it's recorded every hour, or that frequency can be changed. And the data is now available on a public blockchain. And Weather SV is intending over time to create data marketplaces so that researchers, government organizations, private companies who are using, for example, climate control devices, things in buildings, things that you wear, to actually have a universal source of information that people can look to access weather data. So that when there are disputes, as there are in today's world, about climate change and whether data is really accurate or not, this provides a source of data, and because it's on a blockchain, everyone can access it, and whoever owns that data, meaning you if you paid to write the data to the chain for your city, can actually receive small payments in Bitcoin SV because the data is now publicly accessible and can be monetized. Another example is Recycle SV, also built on the Bitcoin SV blockchain, which is using data to create incentives for people to recycle, which is not always so easy across different areas of the world. And so how does it work? Basically, they've created a mobile app, and if you take a can or a bottle with its codes that are available on it, either a barcode or a QR code, you actually can scan the item and then can confirm it's been dropped off at a recycling location, which is also scanned. And as a result, you can track the number of recycling things you've done, points you earn, and in return, as a consumer, you can receive tokens or even small amounts of Bitcoin SV. It's creating an actual immediate financial incentive to recycle, and the fact that you recycled a particular item can be verified and audited on a public blockchain. So it creates better data with respect to recycling, which is helpful for planning. Predict Ecology is a project I mentioned yesterday. It's led by someone in Australia who is an environmental scientist and has been thinking about how to use data to better improve our environment. And he's created a project which is tracking trees across the city of Cairns in Australia by putting IoT device sensors on the trees to record all types of data. For example, you can record and track carbon dioxide emissions from the tree, and then, using different values, estimate how much energy savings could be generated if people preserve that tree, and it contributes more oxygen to the city. So it records all of that data, again, to a public blockchain so that the city, researchers, businesses who are working on solutions to improve the environment can access and pay for that data. And the city can even monetize that data. And finally, again, I mentioned yesterday that endpoints for IoT devices are going to explode. It's estimated that by 2024, 83 billion endpoints will exist all over the world because we're going to be just swarmed with IoT devices. That creates all kinds of opportunities to gather data, but most importantly, monetize it and create incentives for us as people to do better for our environment. This is the video again of Singapore's traffic tracking system. When you're driving on the roads of Singapore, there are devices that are in vehicles to record data and report where you've been driving, how many people are in the car, is it an electric vehicle or a non-electric vehicle? And then Singapore can be charging for the road use, using that data to help reduce congestion and track what types of emissions are being provided into the city from a pollutant standpoint. And based on things such as whether you're driving an electric vehicle, you may pay less than someone who drives a non-electric vehicle, to try to immediately incentivize better behavior that creates sustainability. And all of this is most possible, we believe, on the Bitcoin SV blockchain. And Paul Chiari, the founder of Weather SV, explained it well. Our belief in the potential of the original Bitcoin protocol has been realized in BSV. We can now build on a platform with the inherent benefits of blockchain technology that also meets the technical and economic demands of high-volume data applications. Because the lesson I will leave you with is if we want to achieve this environmental sustainability goals of the world and want to use blockchain technology, you need a blockchain, a record-keeping system that scales, that can handle all of these huge amounts of transactions, weather data, traffic data, data about our trees and environment. It creates huge amounts of data that all have value, and we believe is best monetized on a network that can scale with this number of transactions, over 50,000 transactions per second next year, can fuse the power of data, bit, and money, coin, into one, and create a system to allow people to not just have the data, but optimize it with money and monetary value. Because it's money incentives, frankly, that will honestly drive environmental sustainability, and that's how blockchain will be a key to sustainability.